Hello and welcome to TC Josh. My name is Logan Zero, and I'm back at it with some Union Arena deck lists. Actually, this is going to be a part of exburst.dev, pretty cool website that I have been using to look through, decks that are winning and get statistics and everything, just to, kind of see what our English format's going to be. You can even check through formats and everything to see locals, online, majors. Just check it out. I wanted to go with one of the first championship preliminary ones, just so that way we could kind of see what we will see, kind of the start of our English format. And they had, Yuji, Ichigo. Rinwell is for a Fates game. Fates, not Fates. Oh my gosh. Tales of. That's right. Sorry. And then this is Gintama. We got Lelouch, Yuji, another Tails, another Lelouch. But we're gonna go with the first place deck, and we're gonna go through it. So obvious, just 4 Itadori, so that way you can raid onto them. We got 4 the Searcher Ichidoris, looking for the Sukuna's fingers. Definitely pivotal part of the deck. You quite need that. Only one of him. He's a good to one good character to just kind of pop something off the board. You can also return stuff, return characters, and then if there's 3 or more, retire the character instead. It's a really good removal card. It is basically just an extra Divergent Fist. Divergent Fist also does kind of a similar thing. If you have a Yuji Tottori, you retire it instead of returning it to your hand, and it's 5,000 BP. Really good. The stat lines definitely do matter, so you have to kind of remember 5,000 or less. So if stuff have buffs, you got to keep an eye on that. But yeah, that's what this is for. It's just another one, and it's also a double energy, pretty good. It is a steep price with 2 action, but you play it, bam, and also it's a color, so frontline, you get to pop something also. Pretty good card. Just playing one of it though, just because it's a hefty price and you want to use your other color restriction cards for other things. Here's the Raid Itadori that I was talking about. That's why you want so many. So you can play him, and he's another frontline pop, or not pop, return. 4,000 BP. Obviously, you want to play 4 of them because you can get the raid effect as a trigger. So, bam, there you go. Get to throw it back out there. Nubera, Nubera, whatever. It's just a draw. Really great starter. It's a 0, so you don't have to worry about having any energy. She's just a draw 1, trash 1. Pretty good. Absolutely something you want, so that way you can use it to get rid of the Sukuna fingers. Another 0, just a Nanami is just a clean 0 character you want, so that way you have stuff to make energy. That's it. And he also works with this Nanami, who is a raid, really powerful card. If you have only if you have 15 or less cards in the deck, though, he gets to get 1,000 BP, damage +2, and impact 1. So at least one of your damages is going to be going through no matter what. And then on retire, you may place 2 cards on the top of your deck to the outside area. If you did, choose one of your opponent's frontline characters and rest it. Really good, just because if you get popped during this character swing, right? The impact goes through, or during 2 of the damage checks, because damage checks at the same time during this game. It's not one at a time like Digimon and some other games. Damage goes through consecutively. So during one of those 2 checks, if he gets popped, you get to rest something, which means another attack is likely going to get through. Definitely a good card. 2 of only, so not have to worry too much about it. You're not running too much into the deck to kind of slow the deck down. Malevolent Shrine, such a powerful, powerful card for this deck, because it has 3 different effects. So you can rest it, choose Sukuna finger on a Sukuna on your area. It gains all of the effects depending on how many fingers you have. So you can get damage 2, means you're doing 2 every time. Sniper. Sniper is a keyword that lets you choose a character that's active and just attack it. You don't have to hope that they block it or whatever. You just get to pick it and attack it. And then 4, you get impact 1, which is good because if you do impact 1 into sniper into damage 2, you get to go and have your damage actually go through and check as well as do damage to characters. And he's a beefy boy. Sukuna is a 4K, correct? Yeah, 4K, and he can buff himself. We'll get there. We talked about Divergent Fist already. Easy removal card. Every deck is going to be playing it. It is the 4 specials you're always going to see in your deck. This is the special that every deck is going to play. If you don't play it, you're kind of like pulling away from your deck. Um, then we have Suguna's Fingers, perfect, great draw card for the deck. It's one of the consistency keys of why this deck is so good throughout the entire meta of the first year of Union Arena. This deck is going to see play from the second it is printed. It'll consistently see play because it's a draw 1, trash 1, and you can draw and choose an action point to rest some or unrest an action point, so the action point you used to play it didn't really matter. And then the final that you're always going to play 4 of, Suguna's Finger is also a 4 of, but the domain expansion. This, every set I believe has a card like this for every color and deck of it. It is just to untap 2 action points, just a good extender, but also the trigger effect of if it's the last life, you get to put another card in your life is really pivotal, but also just not something you should ever hope, because so far I don't believe there's any decks that just you get to add cards from your hand to your life currently. As soon as we get stuff like that, this will become very broken, and they'll probably have to look into like doing something to it. 3 to unsuspend 1 extra, just a good extender card. Every deck's playing them. Another Itadori, he's a 2 energy producer, that's why you want it. Opponent's turn. If there's a Sukuna's Fingers, he's a 4K blocker. Pretty good. You absolutely want it. And the trigger effect, just so everybody is aware, don't let your opponents during Super Pre-Release or any tournaments know. The activate 1 and give 3,000, they are not consistent with each other. You do not have to activate a character in order to give a character 3,000 power, and you do not have to pick the character that you activated, or you do not have to pick. You pick the character and you activate, give it 3,000. You cannot pick 1 to activate and then give another one 3,000. You have to pick 1 and give it 3,000. But if it's not active, if it's already still active, you can just give it the 3,000. The first part doesn't matter. You can just do the second part, just so people know. Then we have Sukuna, boss monster of the deck, basically. I know Nanami's really good, does crazy things, but that's very end of the game. That's a long drawn out game if you have 15 cards or less. Raid onto Itadori, really good. If there's 1 or more Sukuna's Fingers, he's a 1K, and if there's 2 or more, he gets impact. That's pretty good. On to play, draw 2, and place 1 card from your hand to the outside area. Just so everybody knows, if you do a raid effect, you do not get these effects if you do not do the raid. If you just hard drop him, he's just a 4K beat stick that has the your turn effect. If you do not raid onto an Itadori, you do not get the on play effect when playing it. Just so everybody's aware, the raid effect, add or raid it. Always, every raid card has this. I don't think there's one that I'm aware of, but great 5K, perfect for beating things over the head. He also has impact 1, so you make it so that your opponent's chump blockers are pretty much useless. Then we have the other Itadori. He's the other 3 colors that you'll be playing. If there's Sukuna's Finger, he generates an extra energy. You want this because he's a 3,500 beat stick who produces 2 energy. What you're basically going to be doing with this guy is whenever you get to pop something with this guy or with this, you can move him out of this spot, so that way you can do more damage. Great card. Color, he is definitely going to be the spot you're taking most of the time. This guy is a good choice as like just a secondary card to have in the deck. And then last card is another Nanami. And last 3 cards, I guess. On retire, you place 1 card from the top of your deck, the outside area. If you do, choose one of your characters in your area and gets 1,000. Just another good, hey, if he swung with him, right, or if he's you use him as a chump blocker, it's more likely gonna happen is you're gonna use him as a chump blocker. Block something, buff something else up, so that way, hey, you already had a 4K out and they have a 4K with impact or whatever. Bam, he gets retired. You buff up Sukuna. Sukuna's a 5K. Bam, blocks a 4K. You don't have to worry about the impact. Pretty great card. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Try to make it as fast as I could, but this is just one of the deck lists people are going to be looking into when JJK first comes out. So I hope you guys enjoy, and keep collecting shiny cards, keep collecting shiny cards, and until next time, I will smell you later.